shipyards are bracing for drastic cuts, which could send shockwaves through our local economy.
The Navy announced plans to scale back ship repair work in private yards while the budget battle continues in Washington. Congressman Randy Forbes, who chairs the House Sea Power Subcommittee, has spent the last 2 days touring area shipyards. 10 on your side military reporter Art Kohn is live on the waterfront with more on this developing story. Art?
Nicole, to say that a sense of urgency is building among local shipbuilders is probably an understatement, but clearly Congressman Forbes' visits to these facilities over the last 2 days is an indication of what a critical time this is for the region's economy and our national defense. Ships come and go along the Norfolk waterfront, but if the Navy is forced to cut ship repair contracts with private industry, the effect on this region's economy could be irreversible and sooner than later.
Because literally, you will have a number of people possibly within the next week or so getting WARN Act notices that their jobs could potentially be impacted. Secondly, you can have some people lose their jobs.
4th District Congressman Randy Forbes says some second-tier contractors may fold, hurting not just the economy but the Navy's ability to maintain a ready fleet.
They could go out of business and not be available to actually do the kind of works that we need to do these repair works down the road.
A lot of that work is based on prearranged contracts that will be canceled, a move that will end up costing all of us money, including the federal government.
If we can't operate on a multi-year basis, we lose, for example, on one contract alone, about $3 billion of taxpayer funds.
Virginia Senator Mark Warner says there is room for compromise on the budget and the GOP's demands to cut spending.
From the Democratic side, to look at how we make the entitlement programs actually sustainable over the next 30 years.
Senator Warner says his Democratic colleagues in the Senate need to look at changes to Social Security and Medicare now that people are living longer.
I don't care what they look at. We need them to actually pass a budget and a bill.
All of these bipartisan plans that have been out there have been basically 90% the same. So we can argue around the edges, but you've got to have all the component parts if you're going to get the job done.
Yeah, well, both Congressman Forbes and Senator Warner agree time's running short and an agreement must be reached on this budget if they're going to avoid sequestration. However, when it comes to entitlement spending and raising taxes, both sides are still far apart. Reporting live from Portsmouth, Art Kohn, 10 on your side.
Next week, newly elected Virginia Senator Tim Kaine will meet with defense contractors in Northern Virginia to discuss the fiscal challenges facing the Commonwealth and the nation, both bracing for defense cuts.